The most common questions around public speaking all revolve around things such as nervousness about public speaking, fear, being afraid, having anxiety, not being able to get up in front of a crowd. There's so much fear around public speaking that I wanted to discuss the 5 ways that you can improve your confidence in your speaking ability. You can gain confidence in your speaking ability. Hi, I'm Ryan McLean. I'm from publicspeakingpower.com. So, how can we gain confidence in our public speaking ability? The first way, which is actually probably the least effective way, is to study. Public speaking is much like riding a bike or like swimming or like surfing in that you have to get wet in order to get better. And by that I mean that you have to practice the skill by speaking in order to get better at speaking. By studying swimming, it's very hard to become a great swimmer. But studying is still important because we need to learn technique. So study by reading about public speaking or watching videos like this one or other ones at publicspeakingpower.com. There's another great blog called 6 Minutes. Just Google 6 Minutes Public Speaking and you can check that out as well. And you can also look at some of the great speeches of all time. Go to TED.com, look at some of their best speeches and look at what these people do well and what makes a good speech. So number 1 is study. Number 2 is just to practice. So that is getting up in front of people or even doing it in the quietness and the serenity and the privacy of your own home, is that by creating speeches, by delivering speeches, by practicing speeches, by doing public speaking activities that are designed to help you improve your skills, you will gain confidence because you will get better at speaking in public. Number 3 is positive feedback. So whenever you give a speech, try and ask someone who you love and someone who you trust to give you some feedback. Ask them specifically, what did I do well? And also, what areas are there for improvement? Don't just ask them for areas for improvement because it's probably going to deflate you. Constructive criticism is great, but when it's all constructive and it's all criticism, sometimes it can get you down. And when it's something as emotional as public speaking, ask for praise before you ask for criticism as well. There's a lot of people out there who are willing to criticize how you speak in public, but there's not enough people who are willing to praise you for getting up there and having a go. So make sure that you get some positive feedback. Number 4 is to make mistakes. One of the biggest ways I've gained confidence in public speaking is by making mistakes and then recovering from those mistakes. See, what I think one of the biggest fears about public speaking is that if something happens or something goes wrong, you need to be able to think on the spot and you need to be able to correct that and roll with that. Otherwise, it's going to be a very embarrassing situation for you. So by being in the situation where you make mistakes, where you stumble, and where you have to recover from that, then you become better at thinking on the spot and your confidence grows because you know, well, if another mistake happens in the future, if another situation comes about where I might not know what I'm doing, I might lose my place, I might get interrupted, well, I know how to handle that and I know that I can handle that. So by making mistakes, you can learn from those mistakes and that will grow your confidence, probably more so than anything else. And number 5 would be to record yourself on video preferably, and if not video, then through audio. This is great because it trains you how to think on the spot, how to present in front of people, and basically you can do it from the comfort of your own home and the privacy of your own home. And by recording yourself on video, you get the added benefit that you get to watch yourself back. Now, this builds your confidence in 2 different ways. Firstly, and probably the more obvious way, is the fact that we see the mistakes that we make and we can correct them. So if we're watching ourselves on video and listening to ourselves, we can see when we're saying things we shouldn't be saying or making actions we shouldn't be making, and we can then change that in future presentations. But secondly, the reason that this builds confidence is because you know that feeling that you have when you're listening to yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to rip my skin off, I just sound so horrible. Or when you're looking at yourself and you're like, that does not look like me. What is that person doing? What's he doing there? But anyway, because we perceive the world from inside our mind, when you're listening to your voice, it sounds different. And when you're watching yourself, it's a mirror or you're so used to seeing the mirror image in the mirror that it's actually the other way around, the right way around, which you're not used to. So by watching yourself and by listening to yourself, you get used to the way you look and the way that you sound, and that builds confidence because you realize, well, hey, I don't sound like a complete idiot and I look quite normal. So by becoming comfortable with watching yourself and listening to yourself, your confidence naturally grows from that. So there you have 5 ways that you can gain confidence in your speaking ability, really without actually getting any better. If you want more videos, podcasts, and articles just like this one, you can get them by going over to publicspeakingpower.com. Thank you so much for listening to this video and this podcast. The sound quality has gone down a little bit because I just dropped my microphone and it broke and smashed everywhere. But the video quality is up because I'm now using my iPhone, not my computer. And I've got a lapel mic that goes on your t-shirt that's coming in the post tomorrow. So sound quality should be up very soon. And so we'll have better video and better sound. And I'm looking forward to that.